Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Mm. Whoa. Yay. Yeah, come
What it does, what is poppin', everybody? I am the illustrious Big C.
Oh, wow.
You like that?
Wow.
I'm just regular nose dog. How you going?
No, you're not.
You know, I'm just
I'm a fucking mad cunt as well. It's okay.
There you go.
just the British guy. Damn.
All right.
No, guys.
That's it.
We have to. And welcome to episode 58 of Bad Habits Podcast. But guys, we need to fucking, we need you need that positivity. Just get that positive
Words of
self-talk.
affirmation.
Pardon?
Affirmations.
Affirmations, exactly. Positive affirmations. Be like, I had a better one in my head. I forgot what it was. I thought I remembered last minute, and it was like lengthier than that. But I just thought one descriptor, one adjective would do the trick.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll think of a lengthy string of compliment fucking things for next time.
Yep, absolutely.
For next episode, mate. We'll get it right.
And shouts to Trilogy out here.
No, truly.
You know what I'm saying?
Guns. Yes, mate.
Damn fucking
What a
right.
ledge. What
Are
a
you
ledge.
boys hot as fucking breasts
Yes.
here in Montreal? It is
So-
really
Trying to be as nude as I can without being too like disrespectful
Yeah, I respect
to everybody.
that. I know how you get that.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Hairy nips.
It's that time, The technically today, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is either yesterday or today is the official first day of summer.
Oh,
Oh wow.
pop a bottle, mate. Let's go.
Yeah.
Right?
I might smoke one of that actually.
I think you should.
You should, Rhino.
Oh, that looks fucking tasty. What flavour is that? Lime.
I
Looks
think
the best.
it says citrus 5. Maybe 5 because it's 5 milligrams of THC.
It looks like Mountain Dew actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of smells like. I've had this one before. Look how small the can is. It's fucking tiny. I don't even know what brand it is.
Oh, is it
MXG.
strong?
5 milligrams. So it's
One's
the
get lit
highest I usually.
off that.
Like it's no, not lit. You get like a nice buzz. I usually
Okay.
have either 2, 2.5, or 5. So I guess they fit more into a smaller can. Yeah, it's like, hang on, what's the mill on this? It's 236 milliliters. What a strange ass thing.
That is a small can. It's like those ones on the plane back in the day used to mesmerize a cunt, but then they're
Yeah,
making up all
like
these
it's
random ones. Like how does that make sense? Why is it that such a random number?
Honestly, I have
Cunty.
no idea. I don't understand it at all.
Anyway.
Jeff says yesterday. Why is she saying yesterday?
First official day of summer.
Oh, it was yesterday. Okay, wait.
Mm.
So, welcome to summer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We out here. This is
Well,
what it's about.
fuck.
Sweating constantly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We need that central air,
Mhm.
but
Exactly.
Mhm.
that's why we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Just keep wiping that bounty crease, mate. You're gonna have to just mop it up
Bowl
every hour
soup.
on the hour.
Oh,
Yeah,
soup.
pull soup. You know what I mean?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
You
Alright.
have to wear a chamois like bikers
Just
wear.
on the seat.
Soak up the.
Yeah. Put it
No. It's like it's on your
in
body,
the
but like
panties. Ooh, I like that.
it's already in the panties. Yeah.
That's a good
Soak
idea.
it up from the inside. You feel me?
That's really smarty. Then yeah. Or
Really
like
getting into
nappy.
it. Really getting into it.
Yeah, going straight into
Love
it.
it.
So, and it's good because it's weather talk. That's what we do
This
here.
is weather talk, exactly.
How's everyone?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. How's everyone's backs?
Oh.
Sweaty.
Lower
At
back
least-
quite
yeah,
sore.
Oh,
Lower back sore. Okay, that's unfortunate.
mine's getting better.
Yeah.
I haven't had too many issues,
Okay.
but yeah.
Any other aches or pains you guys want to talk about? Or?
I think
I think
Think you're
I
alright?
think
I'm
I'm
alright.
okay, mate.
I'm pretty tired these days.
Mostly okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sleeping like a piece of shit, but hey, it's all the beers are for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't need to sleep. Just sleep.
Yeah, sleeping's
Sleep's
for
like
infants and old people.
yeah.
Alright.
I figured out that I'm not really good at laying down like still for a while. I'm not really good at that.
Okay.
Just never been good at laying down.
Mm.
Just it's a thing I've never been practiced at.
So how do you fix that?
I don't know. Do I have to lay down more or less? What's the deal?
Maybe it's like methods to laying down. You know?
Mm.
Maybe you've got to do it in a certain way,
Mm.
and it's a bit better.
Mate, I think I just need more pillows and I'll just fucking fall asleep in a fluffy fucking cloud of fucking
You gotta get 5
snooze.
pillows.
Anyway.
No, we're talking about old people shit for a little bit.
Well,
Okay,
Um,
alright.
in 2 days' time, it's my year anniversary.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
That deserves
Oh.
that's a little bit of one of these. 1 year, and I'd also like to say to you,
Love you, cunt.
Oh my god.
My
That's
friend,
a good one. What's
my
that
friend-
from?
My friend Christina.
Oh, they're the ones that. Okay, so
Yeah.
I didn't listen to those ones. I downloaded them.
I thought they might have needed
That's
some
actually
editing,
fantastic.
but you didn't respond, so I was like, all right, let me just slap him in here. So she sent me, my friend Christina is an Aussie, she's in Calgary, and I asked her
That's
to
very
send me
funny.
I asked her to kind of send me other stuff, but she just sent me a bunch of cunt drops, so I'm just going to throw them in.
Hey, that's bless her cotton socks,
this
mate.
episode.
That's cool.
She's a ripper. So how do you feel? A year?
Feel good. Canadian.
Yeah.
Canadian as hell.
Feel acquainted with all the seasons.
Do you really feel like
Yes.
Canadian? I feel like you consume majority British media.
I feel like I consume a lot of British stuff, so
I feel like you're slowly getting there because
Yeah.
you're forced to via this.
yeah, true. But like,
Takes time. Takes time. It's not
I
overnight.
still bang to the British stuff, like the podcast. And
Well, you
shit.
can't just like totally turn it off.
True.
So you got to like, I think it's more not getting rid of that, but introducing stuff here.
Yeah, I should actually watch some Canadian things actually, because the only ones I watch are British and American ones. But I struggle to watch the American ones because I can't relate to it. The British ones I can
We're talking
relate
about
to it. So yeah,
Right.
so
So like,
Yeah.
what don't you relate to? Is it just the news
It'll be
that
like-
you're talking about, or like
no,
the regions?
not even
you
just
don't know
that. It's
anything
like
about?
they speak about stuff they're growing up and experiences growing up in certain areas in like London or like whatever. And it's very similar to what happens to like me or what I've experienced. So it's like,
So you're talking your
I-
British ones.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, I've seen that, or I've been through that. And it's like, oh, this is sick. Like, I
Okay.
didn't think we were all living the same lives.
Right. So
basically.
then it's more about relating as opposed to learning about new
Yes.
cultures.
But there are some that I really like regarding like learning about stuff which isn't British, obviously. But I just watch a lot of them because I can just relate.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you to a degree. I
Mhm.
don't completely align, but I understand.
Mm.
I feel like the ones that we watch on the podcasts, like hip hop.
Mhm.
So hip hop culture, I didn't grow up in New York and with them, but I relate because we talk about the music or the artists that I'm familiar with, or I've traveled around the States reasonably enough, so I'm kind of familiar with some of the. I don't know the intricate details, but I'm like, oh yeah, I've been to Atlanta a couple of times. I know the vibes, like whatever.
Mhm.
So yeah, I guess that's still not Canada. That doesn't really
Yeah,
make
yeah.
sense. But there's
Still
not even,
America.
I can't even see any of it. I don't really consume a lot of Canadian
Yeah, no, I don't.
content
I
myself.
don't really know much. I don't know who's a big Canadian YouTuber. Let's
I
have a
can't
look.
even think
Canadian YouTuber.
about. I mean, there's not many like even Canadian hip hop podcasts or anything. And it's not even about rap so much, but I think it's more just like the world around the shit. Maybe it's like following on social. That's what I find is even better. It's like fuck even. Like I'm not sitting there like consuming all these people. I don't know any of these names that he's on this list here. But King Barker's Canadian. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Lily Singh. Yeah. But like I feel like following, like I'm relating to the fact that when, and no, I don't know if you felt this way, when I first came here, I felt totally, like whilst I'd lived here before, it just felt, a lot of things just felt so foreign, and I felt like I didn't get a lot of the jokes, didn't understand the stereotypes about the people from this area, and like...
Well, it took ages
Took
to
a
adjust
while.
to that shit.
Yeah, totally.
You have to just either talk to cunts or travel around the city or the other parts and then see what's going on. So yeah, that takes time
That
to
takes
piece
time.
together for sure.
Yeah, there's no, that's a good point. Like, it's not something that happens like overnight. But
Yeah,
I think
you
one
can't.
thing that
You have
helps
to like collect all this info and then make your, yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're 100%. I'm just even at first I didn't even understand all of the slang and stuff. Because I didn't have any point of reference for Jamaican shit. So I didn't.
It's a whole new
understand the
world.
Toronto
It's
stuff.
fucking hilarious.
So we had to learn Jamaican stuff to be able to understand the Toronto stuff. So at least the London and the Toronto slang are
Oh yeah,
pretty
it's
similar.
So similar.
So you
crosses
already-
over a lot.
So similar.
which is good.
Mhm.
I found just like following though, like whether it's Instagram, Twitter, whatever, like following not necessarily like news organizations and shit like Global News or National Post, like Toronto Star, the Montreal Gazette. Well, actually, that doesn't exist anymore, but whatever. Like things like that can sort of help because you're seeing the local news, what's happening, to blend it in with the other shit. Because we would have only had Aussie stuff aside from hip hop
Yeah.
publications and stuff like that, and then that kind of blends in. You just get used to seeing things because obviously as well, like the UK is 5 hours different, so like there's going to be times that it's going to be 10 p.m. here and then it's going to be better over there, so nothing's happening, but shit is still happening here and stuff. I guess it's just like, yeah, it is a process, but that would be one thing I would suggest is to find either content creators or people who like talk about local shit that you could sort of start to. And also Montreal's weird because there's like the language barrier. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck is happening here either. I don't super feel attached to the people. What's happening in Montreal?
True.
I just sit in this place and we just do our shit.
True. To be fair, I want to go when France play the next Euros game. I want to go to a sports bar and just chill with some Montrealers, actual French people. So
Yeah, you literally just watch it
yeah.
and see what the vibe is. That would probably help. I guess that also because you didn't get to go because we get to meet more people in like faster to feel a part of the city.
So for me, it was a longer process.
So it's going to take longer. So you're
Yeah.
not like meeting this person, following them, and then seeing what they like on Twitter. That'll come up in your feed, and then you get to blah blah blah. Yeah, I get that. So it's a process, and you've been handicapped because of the pandemic.
But fuck it. We're here. We're out here.
No, it's out here.
Still here.
So before we go any further, I want everyone who's watching and listening. So we're going to take the next 2 weeks off. So this is the last one, and then the next 2 weeks off. I requested it. I asked you boys if you guys were cool with that. I have been. I guess we talked about it before. So I host the Beer and Other Shit BOS podcast, which is something that me, Notion, Tiff started 6 years ago. And I've been going live Thursdays and Fridays, almost like every week since March last year. So that's 15 months with, some weeks it's just Friday. Probably half the time it's been Thursdays as well. And then we have Bad Habits every Monday since May. And then every other Tuesday I do this other Instagram live with dudes. And then one time I hosted an anniversary party for a great brewery in Ontario. That was on a Saturday night. So basically I'm beyond burned out for all of this live content and stuff. So because we're taking a break from BOS for a couple of weeks and then doing pre-produced season, we're actually stopping the lives on BOS. So I wonder if it's worth us even here. And this is something I'm putting more to the audience and to put in you guys' heads to think about. Like, because BOS, we're going to take a couple of weeks off because I need to just fucking breathe. And I know you guys were cool enough to be like, yeah, man, like, we take a couple of weeks off. Because even last year, I think we took 1 week off. And then over Christmas, and then straight back at it. Like there was
That's right.
Bit, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like it's like a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on in life, and like doing this up to 4 times a week some weeks.
That's a lot, man. Fuck.
Yeah, it's just a lot, bro. Like the break would be super valuable. I think for me personally, I'm sure you guys probably would appreciate it more than you realize when you actually take the time off. But I wonder if. Like, I don't think we're going to go live because the reason we started it live in the first place was it was quarantine, everyone was home, everything was closed, people ain't got shit else to do. So I wonder if it's interesting to folks if we just sort of like pre-record all of it at one time and then release the audio with the video. We could still do it for Mondays. We could still record on Mondays and do it the same way and just not go live and then release everything on the Tuesday or something. I don't know. So... I don't know if that's interesting to people. Like to people, I mean, there's always a pretty decent amount of people on the lives though, like a pretty reasonable amount. I guess what that allows us to do is be kind of more flexible with the time, and we can be like, oh shit, I can't do it tonight. Can we just do it tomorrow or something? And you just shoot the next day or something like that. Same software, nothing changes, still the same experience, it's just not actually live. So, don't know. I'd be curious to know if any of the audience cares either way. If they're like, oh. Yeah, live's cool, but if you did the other way, that's cool too. I feel like, nah, the live is the way I love doing it live, or whatever. So that was just that. I wanted to say that up front.
Let us know, kids.
Yeah, let us know. But I wanted to say that we're taking the next couple of weeks off up front, in case we didn't get to the end of the podcast in time. I'll mention it again when we wrap up.
Smart.
So that is that. Now, this is the first week back after having guests. So I forgot even how it goes. What do we do? Music first, don't we?
I think so, maybe.
Yeah, I like doing the music first, actually.
It's good. Yeah,
I've enjoyed that. And then we can kind of like
chill.
With the talk shit afterwards a little bit more. Bless you.
Bless us.
Baby D, it's on you.
It's on me.
What's the question? This is what I feel about you.
Such a good cunt, eh?
Wow.
Yeah.
What's happening?
I don't know,
that's a proper Australian bird.
Oh man, she's a top Sheila.
That's very funny.
No,
just keep peppering those in as the episode goes along. Just be like, don't even say nothing. Just lean forward and go, oh, fuck, catch.
Okay.
Don't even tell me. I love it. I want to hear every single one, this whole episode, and I want everyone to comment what's their favorite. That'd be
Oh, I
funny.
like
That's
that.
a good
Challenge accepted.
That's a good one.
Challenge
That's a good
accepted.
Okay, mate.
On that
Always
note,
thinking,
you're a fucking smart bloke, mate.
I'm a thinker.
Baby D, let's hear your faves for the week, mate.
Faves, okay. I'll start off with the. Actually, I didn't catch all the music videos, but I actually caught the Tyler Creator Lumberjack one, which I thought was so sick.
Yep.
I think he's just mad creative, man. I just love Tyler Creator. He's just so sick. He's just.
Yeah, he's boss.
There's just nothing more you can really say. He's just so fucking sick. He's amazing.
Can't fault him.
Can't fault him at all. And of the albums, my favorite one was the H.E.R album. Back of my mind, I thought it was amazing. Like, it was so good. It was so sick. And then I watched the fucking 7-minute thing at the end, the behind the scenes thing. It was. Oh no, do you have that on Spotify? No, I'm being serious. No, this one.
Well, I didn't see it.
So, oh no, you don't have it on Spotify. That's why. So, on Apple Music, she uploaded a behind the scenes thing, and it's a 7-minute video of her describing like why she made this and like what was her influence and shit. So it was kind of cool.
That's what I think about you.
Shit, cunt.
It's just so cool.
Anyway.
Oh, I'm gonna put some delays and a reverb on some of these.
Yeah, and they got a gap.
Shit cunt. Like,
And they've got like
imagine that.
they've got a bit of a run in at the start. We need to chop that off, but this is the
just
test run.
Perfect. I'll play with it tomorrow over keys.
All right, sorry, continue.
Oh,
But no, I
sorry,
haven't
sorry.
seen it. I'll
Sorry,
check
sorry.
It's great, yeah.
on YouTube or something. They have a.
Or Apple Music if you have an iPhone, you should use it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. That was my favorite album this week. I also like only a couple songs of the Culture 3 Deluxe. There's a couple.
There's
which were
5
kinda-
in total.
Yeah. There's only a couple that I liked. The rest were kind of like throwaway music. It was alright.
Mhm.
The Seth Century thing, Super Cool Treehouse. He really reminds me of like a crossbreed of many artists. Like reminds me of Lil Dicky, a little bit of Eminem, a little bit of there's another artist as well.
I got a lot of Little Dicky from that.
Yeah,
too.
there's a lot of Lil
Pause.
Dicky from that. Yeah.
I got a lot of Little
Yeah,
Dicky
you
from
got,
that.
You got a lot of
Big
Wow.
pause. Big fucking pause. Wow.
But,
Need to make a pause sound effect.
We need a. I was just thinking that.
Mhm.
All right, we'll work on it.
But like it's so similar. So similar. I thought it was great though. It was really good.
Yeah.
And the Goldlink thing was really weird. Really, really weird. It's like I just don't even like who are the features and like what is. Do you know he does this effect where it's like you can barely hear it. It's like muffled, and it's like I don't
Like the
understand.
old school radio voice.
Yeah. Like why is he making a whole 3-minute song with that like whole effect on it? It's terrible. It's terrible. I didn't like it, and he had a bunch of UK features, and I didn't know one artist, so it was really weird.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's just I did that. I did
Yeah.
that. Yeah, not a fan. Out of singles, I like the Russ Rather Be Myself. So sick. He's amazing, Russ. He's so sick. What else have I got? Obviously, Tyler Creator Lumberjack is one of the singles. Amazing. What else? Oh, the Cordae in Common. What's Life?
Yeah, that was cool.
So sick. I just love it. Just woke
Cordae's
crowd.
awesome.
Yeah, the Cordae's just so sick, man. Oh, excuse me. What else have I got? The Raekwon and P. Wright, Bring That Home. No, Bring That Dough, sorry. It was. Oh, wait, I think that was the Raekwon. Was there 2 Raekwons?
He was featured on the K-Slay one with Sheik and Ghostface and stuff.
But this one is actually his song, right?
Yeah.
Bring That Dough. Okay, yeah, that's the one I like the most. That was really good.
That was the best.
That was sick. Yeah, I like Raekwon. Cool.
Yeah, he goes sideways.
Who else have I got? I don't even know what else I remember. Oh, is it Shaq is Dope?
Which is, yeah, he's from Toronto.
He's like, he reminded me of someone, I forgot who it was. But he's like very singy and auto-tuney, but it's cool, I like it. But I just don't remember who it was that he reminds me of. Oh, there's another rapper, but I liked it, it was really good.
Yeah, he
Really
definitely
good.
sounded like a lot of.
I love
From
rapper
good
rappers,
stuff.
it was great. Oh, one of my favourites was the Ike Jackson DMX Sniper Shade L. Threats, it was so good, like I love the DMX feature, it was amazing. Like it was just a really good like rap track. And one that I was quite surprised about was the LPB, is it Pootie? And Lil Wayne, Moneybag Yo. Like I can't really tell when the other guys were rapping, but I actually clocked Lil Wayne's verse and it was actually like quite good. But other than that, it was like, you know, I just when he's on his artist now, if I see him release, I just really don't really care. I'm quite, I just want to avoid it more time. But like it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. And what else have I got? The Little Sims, Rolling Stone. She just goes hard. She's just such a good rapper.
She shouted your man's out.
Which one?
Anyway.
Oh, I didn't even
Mm.
notice.
It's like the first 4 bars or something.
I didn't even notice. Oh my god. I must have not been paying attention, but it was great. But I like noticing, she's sick. And final one I really liked was the M.A.A.d Jordan. Been through that. Sick, just singy, just nice, kind of like similar to like Weekend sort of vibe. It was great. It's really good. That's my list of favourites this week.
Shit.
Good.
Oh, no.
Flippin' lovely.
Flipping lovely that.
Mate. Flippin' lovely that. Alright, so I guess we'll go from the videos and then albums and then singles. I mean, shit. The whole Rell thing was pretty cool. He had some fucking good bars on that one. That was just great to see him doing shit still. He's always been a good writer. I love his Dipset interludes. They were fucking incredible.
Yeah, so good.
So, you know, it's good to see him just coming out with like solid writing and a solid song. There's nothing shit about it. The Banks song, The Devil, actually was really cool. The beat reminds me of The Motion.
Yeah.
The Drake song.
The
I
bass
guess
line.
that's just emotion. Boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom. Yeah, so it's very, very, very similar.
Great.
So that was cool. It was really dope. Tyler, the creator, as Dan said, you know, the video is super creative. I loved how it was kind of super short. His flow's fucking disgusting. His mad butter in the pocket on that one, and that was cool. The Russ, Rather Be Myself, I love. Jake One did the beat for that. You know, Jake One's triple OG when it comes to the beats and the ASR beat machine. Love that one. And then the Belly, you know, his third LA Leakers freestyle, that was fucking sick. Over the Nas, If I Ruled the World beat. He's like, he was really in the pocket on that one too. Like, he's really flexing. That was nice. Very short, but nice. I like the Vince Staples Law of Averages. He's always dope. And then, yeah, for the albums, the H.E.R album was definitely my favorite. She's the best. Voice is GOAT. There's the one song I didn't like was the one with, I think, DaBaby on it.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe
DaBaby or Lil
Baby? I don't know. One of those cunts. I don't know, man. It's one of those cunts. Did she have both of them on the album? Because
I don't know. I remember the Lil Baby one, but I kind of liked it.
But it was just annoying because, like, I can tell that, like, you know, somebody else wrote it, or maybe the rapper wrote it, and she was just saying like shit that's kind of off-brand and seemed like forced.
I noticed that.
Just kind of shit. I hate the Cordae lyrics on when she's, you know, dropping all the slurs and all the swears and all the bullshit in there. So it's just like, I don't know. But everything else was like fucking 97% amazing. And then the Don is it Toliver? Kelly Uchis, Drugs and Hella Melodies. Yeah, that was real dope. I'm new to Don, but those two worked really well. And there was a video too, which was kind of weird and sick at the same time. So yeah, that was fire as fuck. The Cordae and Common, What's Life? That was dope and chill. I love Cordae, love Common. I like how Common came in right in after him pause. Well, and that was just a good transition, good beat. What else was cool? A rapper named Sick Nature and our homie Ill Vibe did a song called Road Walk. And that was just a dope feature from Illy. I liked him singing on the hook. It kind of had a nice thing to it. So yeah, that was dope to see. The Raekwon and P Riot, that was fucking fire. Raekwon's always dope. P Riot is super dope. That was a great smooth track. I didn't expect that. Didn't know who P Riot is. I think it's K White and Van Jess had a song called 11:30. That was smooth as. That was a proper sexy smash tune, so I have to fucking test that one out. The Mickey Fax, Blue, Knots, and Manamari song, Stay Down, that was dope as fuck. Super bars, boom bap, quality shit, legendary MCs. Can't say anything wrong about that. The K-Slay, Raekwon, Chic, Luch, Ghostface, Tragedy, Gaddafi song, Extravagant. That wasn't bad. It was grimy boom bap shit with Legend, so it's pretty self-explanatory, but that was still cool. The Terrell Hines Radon Dungeon, that's what it's called. Yeah, that was a funky as fuck. I love that tune. It's kind of almost K-Tra vibes, but kind of not, but very funky. Love that. The Isaiah Rashad Headshots, that was dope as fuck. Love him. That was a smooth-ass beat. Love his shit. Just overall dopeness there. Fucking Method Man and Jones Inc. That was kind of average as fuck. Kind of like it was cool, but I felt like it was a great look. Like for Jones Inc., he was just pumped to have Method Man on the tune. Anyway, I was just kind of wasn't super into that, but it was okay. Anyway, Tech Luciano had a song called "Do It for the Culture." I like the song, but I need to holler at him for mixing because
I was about to say, I was playing it. It was just like, oh, what's wrong with this? And I was like,
yeah, something's wrong.
Oh no, because Tech is
it's either the uploading fucked up or something actually went wrong during the mixing or the mastering because it does not sit right at all. So might have to holler at him and be like, yo, let me have a gaze, mate, because that wasn't. Didn't do him justice, is what I'm trying to say, because he's a good artist and he's the homie. And he does make good songs and good music. That one just didn't sound sonically like how his other shit does. So, excuse me, what else we got here? The Bun B, Corey Mo, Big Crit, Trey the Truth, Raheem DeVaughn. That was a big ass lineup. That was a dope song, powerful video, lyrics, and Raheem is just the best. And he's that album. He's fresh off that Apollo Brown album, which I think I spun that like 3 or 4 times. Real spit since we talked about it last week. What else did I fucking have? The Little Sims track that Dan mentioned, Rolling Stone. She's so dope. It was a weird as fuck beat, but she raps her ass off, and she's never to go unnoticed. And that's all. That's a lot. I'm done. Boom.
You guys covered a lot of the good stuff. I'll just see if I can sprinkle in a little bit of additional thoughts for you. This was a good week though, for music. I enjoyed this week.
100%.
I was just
a couple of absolute donuts, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely shockers.
There's a bunch of like complete skippers. There's like
absolute howlers.
And I'm not a normal skipper. I know you boys do it. Howlers are good.
Absolutely
I was skipping. If I'm skipping, I'm a patient motherfucker. That means the shit is weak.
Yeah.
I love the Rell shit. That was dope. Banks is one of my favorite artists ever. I can't express how much I love this chick. And so this is her 4th album, first single back. She directed the video. Super cool. Bit of a weird song.
That was a weird video.
The video was weird. The song, I listened to it probably 5 or 6 times, like after watching the video. It's growing on me. I don't normally Banks' stuff like almost always hits me pretty straight away. So I wanted to sort of listen to a little bit more. I feel like it's not an obvious choice for a first single, but like you said, the bass line is really catchy and all that type of stuff. So I'm curious to see where the album goes. The Russ video for the Rather Be Myself was cool because it's just like shot in his like pool room. He's got a pool table and a table tennis table. It's just like him and his boy, or maybe it could have been his brother, kind of looked like him a bit. Just super simple, and I kind of like that a dude of that level. He's like, oh fuck, I'll just do a quick video for this one. Someone just do a bunch of takes. Here, get us playing table tennis. Boom, boom, boom. Like it's cool. The Belly is funny. I'm listening. I'm glad you put that there because I'm in the middle of the Drink Champs interview with Belly. I've been. Do you know? Funnily enough, I discovered him in 2005. Do you remember the Masari album?
Yes.
So he was on that. So I discovered Belly then because Masari's from Toronto. So Belly was.
And he was like a feature rapping, right? Yep.
He was just a feature. He'd been around for from Palestine, moved to Ottawa, then moved out to Toronto, and it was just cool. And I like to see that he's really humble. He said some shit I don't agree with, I guess, on the Drink Tramp stuff, but overall, like I like what he had to say. He seems like a real grateful, cool dude. So I like that a lot that he was doing well. And the Vince Staples dropped a video called Law of Averages. I typically don't like his stuff. I find him like Earl Sweatshirt, like abstract and weird. I've never enjoyed his music, but this was cool. This was interesting. Weird video. Vince Staples. I think he can rap. I think he's the funniest cunt in the game. No one is funnier than Vince Staples.
Yeah, he's one of those artists. Like he's a great. Like I like him. His personality more than his music style. Even though he makes some good songs, but I think he's he's a smart, switched on, young cunt. He's bad about it, but his music is occasionally missing. But it's one of those ones.
Yeah, definitely.
He's a mad cunt still.
I didn't love the H.E.R album. I thought it was cool. I felt like it was too long. It was like 22 songs or something like that. And there was just a bunch of I felt like kind of filler. It was nothing special. There wasn't really standing out. I just felt it was like, it was fine. It's probably good fucking music or some shit, so I'm sure it's good for that. But otherwise, I don't know how much I'd go back to that, to be honest. The Goldlink thing was hot garbage, but I'm glad because I talked about it before. After that, he did this interview on Soul Election where he basically spoke like Kanye speaks, but
Yeah,
he
he's
hasn't done what
so
Kanye's
entitled.
done. Super entitled. His ego is out of control. And I saw some people on Twitter, so I actually retweeted someone like 3 days ago or something. They were like, I love seeing Goldlink fail or fall off or something like that.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
And I was like,
I'm glad I'm not alone on this hill, dude.
Yeah, same. I kind of thought I was just being a prick because of the interview. Yeah, that's when was this from?
2019.
2019? That's probably it.
Yeah, the sunset, so fire.
I love it. Hey, it's already pitch black here. You must be getting that fire over there.
It's slutty orange right now.
I really love the Seth Century super cool treehouse. So basically what that was, every Sunday last year, he was dropping these new singles, like just rapping over something. He's like a gamer and he's like a Twitch dude. He came out with our friend 316 Pairs out there. So he did pretty well. He had this single called The Waitress song. It's got like 12 million plays on Spotify. So he's doing right. He was playing all the festivals and he's like a funny little dicky type of rapper. So that was a great comparison. But I'd seen a couple of these videos as they came up. I've never met him, but I have him on Facebook, and just a funny story about him. One time, I was mad late, and this is fair enough, but I used to not like him for a bit because I posted a status, and I was like, fuck, my Hotmail's fucking up. You guys can get me on my Gmail. And he's like, wow, how did you get this status from 2005 up here or something like that? And so it was like 2014 or something, like much too late to still be using hip-hop. So I was always like, man, fuck that guy. But then he had some real shit on there about George Floyd stuff, and it's a super cool project. It's just really great wordplay. It's super clever. Do you know the other thing? He does the accent thing. No, everyone like he will say he's Aussie, but he does what we do.
The accent. I noticed.
You notice
I
that?
know.
So we told her,
And yet receives no hate about it.
And we had to leave the country to pursue music about it. Like if we really wanted to keep it going.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think what we do is much different to what he does. And this has been my bone of contention with a whole bunch of other rappers that do the same type of thing. But they would do it with, like certain word, like, night and nat, rat. Like, they do all that stuff. I'm like, what? Like, why is anyone calling it out? Because it was the end of the world back in the day. Anyway, I have a little chip on my shoulder for that. But anyway, I still really enjoyed that project. As far as the singles that you guys didn't mention, because you kind of nailed them all, rum.gold did a song called Greed. We've been following him for the last year or two. He's super dope. I think he's in New York. Just like this acoustic dude with crazy voice.
Oh, yeah, that was okay. Yeah.
It wasn't as good as the rest of his shit, but I fuck with him heavy. So that was cool.
I digs it.
Yeah, the Raekwon shit was good. You guys talked about. The Mickey Fax and Blue joint, I liked a lot. The Terrell Hines at Raid on Dungeon one was so weird, but it was like, wow, this is like catchy. I enjoyed that. Isaiah Rashad, people are creaming over that one. People have been waiting for him to come back. The Leon Bridges did a song called Why Don't You Touch Me? That was super cool, smooth. Shaq is Dope, the one the dad mentioned. I love that song. This Baddie joint was like, I never really heard his stuff before. And our friend Steph, DJ T Jr., she used his DJ and she's an engineer and stuff now. And I think she's got something to do with that. And I really like that song. I thought that was well done. It was really cool.
That was dope, yeah.
I agree with you, Retech. I'm glad you mentioned the mixing on that because the mixing was really bad, but the song is great. Tech is a super dope MC. So that was cool to hear that. To hear you say that as well. I like the Micah Scale, Rascas, Killer Priest, Corrupt, and Cannabis joint. Bodies on the Floor. They are known as a 4-horse group. And Dan was saying that one of the dudes used the F word, the bad F word that we won't say, in using that word in a rap song in 2021.
And he used it as as a filler in between bars.
Like,
oh yeah,
it was like a full. It was like not even meant to even be there. There's no reason why it was there.
So
he just said it to fill the gap.
Yeah, he didn't say it.
It wasn't a part of a bar.
Yeah.
It was like he could have said yo.
Yeah.
But instead he
could have said yo.
It was just it was a random pause. He chose to say the bad F word. What a dickhead.
What a wanker. It's
just
like
it was very, very, very wanker move. It's just funny that it's like 2021 and the cunt consciously was like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking chuck that in there, no stress. Dickhead.
Like it was a common word that everybody said. Like everyone we ever
in like
2000
2000 and fucking
like up until
10,
2008, probably up until 2008, I think people were using it.
Yeah.
And then I kind of went down when people started realizing, like, oh, because it didn't mean anything negative about any specific group of people. It was just meant the equivalent of dickhead growing up. It's all it meant. And it's not an excuse for it, but that's what it meant culturally, so we didn't see a problem with it.
And we had to evolve and stop using that shit, and most cunts don't. so it's fine. But like,
No, exactly.
it's funny to see that come out in 2021 in a rap song.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, and it hits
very
you. You're
interesting
like,
choice
whoa,
there,
like,
mate. And
what?
no wonder
Who
they
said
chucked him
that?
at the end of the song because he's fucking like, you know,
I think-
fucking bastard.
I think it might be his song, and then those four are a group. So I don't know, like, because he was first in the thing. So maybe if he's
Yeah.
some dude who's up and coming or some shit, and he got all of them on a song, which is pretty crazy, then maybe that he just put himself at the end, so they would listen through the whole way. Actually, that makes no sense. He should
Yeah,
put
maybe.
himself first.
Should've.
If you got a big feature, they're going to listen for
Anyway.
the feature, so you put yourself first. Anyway, the only other song I want to shout out was our mate Angus Younger in Melbourne. He did a song called Only. He's been rapping forever. It's interesting because he was calling himself like an OG in the song because he's been rapping since '03, and I recorded Deep, her first song, in 2001. So he's been rapping about as long as we have, and you don't really think like that we've been doing it so long. So it's
That's crazy.
I enjoyed that anyway. Like I like hearing him continue to rap, and he's a funny guy. Funny story. Did I ever tell the story about him on here about him meeting our friend? Did I ever tell that? Does it sound familiar?
Oh yeah.
Did I tell it on the podcast or no?
Shan.
Yeah.
On a previous episode, yeah, but you can.
Oh, I told him. Oh, then don't worry about it.
Summarize.
No, fuck it. Go listen to it. Anyway, he met a friend of ours randomly. You know how you say to cunts like you meet someone from Australia, like, oh, do you know Sea and Notion? And they're like, oh, yeah, I actually do. That was what happened.
It was fucking miraculous, random odds that the universe chucks synchronicities like that out, mate. That's a big one.
Right? Fucking wow.
You know what I mean?
So
There's two fucking cunts we love dearly just randomly. Boop,
right?
yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Do you know what? I reckon what she probably said to him was,
How's it going,
Oh,
cunts?
excellent. And that's when they knew us fucking dickheads.
right?
Look
So-
at them drinking your cockface.
Oh, how is she? She's a ripper?
Oh,
The old belly?
slutty.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Mate, as long as they continue to deliver that flames, BLT. So you want to do into topics?
Guess what?
What's
I
up?
walk up to fucking go get Godspeed beers today. They're fucking closed. There's a little note in the door. Said they had to close.
Oh,
Spewing. Couldn't get your lagers, mate.
well, thank you for
Spewing.
trying. Hopefully they're back in action.
I'll get it tomorrow.
Okay.
Send it straight away.
If they don't,
Quite frustrating.
I'm going to kick them in the dick hole.
Dickhole.
Not gently.
Anyway.
Anyways, what's it called? What's the thing called? Topics. Shall we?
Topics.
Whoever put them
Do
in
it.
there, run them.
I'm fucking doing it. So Kenny Beats is a producer. He has a Twitch stream. He chucks it on YouTube. You know, has all kinds of bullshit. So occasionally he answers questions from fans and stuff. And he has an episode where he talks about inspiration and stuff and copying in the music industry. So essentially, Pharrell and Robin Thicke, we've talked about blurred lines before in previous episodes of this. Not about this though. So I want to go to the article because I actually. So Marvin Gaye.
But I didn't know he produced for Heady One. Yeah, so I saw this guy. I didn't know
There
who
you
he
go,
was.
mate. There you go. Nosh, your boy is producing.
No shit, eh?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
shit. Okay. So basically, Pharrell and Robin Thicke got sued by Marvin Gaye's estate for essentially copying a vibe on the song Blurred Lines because they didn't actually sample anything from the song, like everything's played and everything. They basically took them to court. Oh, fuck, you watching this such a cunt. Okay.
You're right, mate. You're right.
Yeah, they basically took him to court and won after showing them examples and stuff, and they basically just convinced the fucking jury that they copied it. So then they sued him for it. So what Kenny Beats is talking about is like how this kind of sets a precedent for more ridiculous lawsuits and how you can be sued for a vibe when you didn't actually do anything. There's no plagiarism involved. There's no, there's no copying of any kind. So inspiration and vibe are things that are kind of just, hey, how do you fucking measure that? How do you sue a cunt for that? That's ridiculous. So that was a big, and that was from June 5th. So a few weeks back, but still interesting. And I thought it was fucking crazy because I saw it like on Wednesday or something, Thursday. It was like, fuck me.
And it was Instagram Live or something, right? Twitch.
Well, it's on, yeah. So it's just him on, I guess it's a Twitch stream because he does that a lot. I don't really check that out. But I watch him he has this show called The Cave or something like that, or Beat Cave or something like that. And he fucking just has dope cunts in there and they do sessions. They make a song, you know, it's like a tiny little segment. But yeah, that's interesting. So that was that one. And then the other one, which I need to look into a little further, Roc-A-Fella lawyers are suing Damon Dash over an NFT of Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt. So I don't know exactly.
Yeah, so like I think that means it's the album itself. Is that what it is? Like it's almost like you're selling the. It's almost like his NFT is a way of saying
the rights of the album. Wow.
Yeah, the masters of the rights.
Jesus Christ! What the fuck?
So I guess.
And he's trying to sell it as an NFT. That's so cheeky.
And he's trying to sell his share of it or something. Because he doesn't own the whole thing, I would imagine.
That's right. And he was sued for $7 million over the breach of contract and copyright infringement. Well, I was back and said, okay.
And I saw he
That's
came
crazy.
back. He pushed back on it in an interview or something. I was reading about it, but I didn't read the first one, so I didn't really understand the context. He was basically saying that he has the right to, and he was trying to sell it, and then Jay-Z would retain essentially the control or what's the rights called? Reproduction rights or licensing rights or some shit like that. So Jay would still control it, but someone would own it. So I think it starts to get real murky now. I think you really have to have a strong understanding of the NFT space and how that applies to music and music. Excuse me, in and of itself is extraordinarily confusing. There's so many layers and so many different types of ways you can earn money and things that you need to exploit and blah blah blah. So it seems pretty complicated. So it's going to be interesting to see whatever happens, and potentially, because you mentioned this about precedents before, it could also be another precedent if whoever wins, or say Dame Dash wins, you're allowed to sell that. That means a record label could turn. I might be off on this, but it might mean a record label could just turn your album into an NFT and sell that fucking shit. And someone technically owns the album, but then the label controls the rights. So say the label can still sell the rights to be used in a commercial or a movie or something. And I don't know how the splits would work, but you know, it's overcomplicating a lot of things right now. So interesting times.
Well, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Next one was fucking Dr. Dre is going to be producing Marvin Gaye's biopic, What's Going On,
Very cool.
Alongside Jimmy Iovine, Andrew Lazar, and Helen Hughes will direct. And then the script was penned by Marcus Gardley, who wrote the musical The Color Purple, and so that's just in the works. So that's pretty fucking sweet. Dre's getting his big boy hat on and fucking just, you know, alongside some big names. That's going to be fucking epic as shit because, you know, Marvin's a man.
Who plays Marvin, did they say? Or they haven't mentioned actors yet?
Doesn't say about that.
Maybe they were just like...
I was talking about the... Yeah, look, that's pretty much what it's all saying there. So that was pretty short and sweet. And then the final one was Kendrick Lamar's Good Kid, Mad City has spent over 8 years on the Billboard 200 chart. That is, give a fucking round of applause for that one.
Mate, let me get the posh.
How's it going, cunt?
Give me it.
Wrong one.
Oh, what? That's still valid.
Well done. Well done.
Well done indeed.
That's
you know,
pretty dope.
Cheers, cunts. Basically, yeah, he's roughly 450 weeks. That is 8 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah, you can. That's a rare feat for any album, but especially hip hop. It's the first one to do that. That's quite the milestone. So, Kenny, what a fucking mad cunt. That was pretty much it. Like, fuck, I mean, shit. That album is quite the slap dingerino. So,
I love it.
I don't know. That's it.
I want to get that shit on
I'm quite the dildo.
You are a dildo, but you know what? You're the best kind of dildo.
Yeah,
Well, Christmas is around. Yeah, I'm the best kind. I'm a versatile dildo. You know, getting all the nooks and the crannies. Anyway,
Double-ended.
I'll grab it for you. Get that album for you for Chrissy. Yeah.
Oh, mate, here for it. Trying to get as much on vinyl as possible, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking pretty sweet. That was like,
Yeah, no, fucking sweet. Not too bad. Yeah, not too bad. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no,
Oh,
she's
fuck.
right. No.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Yeah.
Oh, you can't say cunt in Canada.
Oh, see, that is a tune.
She is just slapping him out to my voice. So on that note, what's going on? Are we doing the what do you reckon? Are we doing overrated, underrated? What's the fucking vibes?
Oh man, whatever you fucking. Whatever's clever.
Bunch of overrated, underrated for you.
I'm here for it.
Do it.
I like overrated,
It's
underrated
great.
actually, even more than.
It's very fun.
Yeah, it's funner than it sort of appears on the surface.
It's great.
Oh.
It is wonderful.
Wow,
Wow,
just
live.
notification.
Wow.
You're presenting
Wow.
content
Business calls.
to the internet, and then fucking
Just
honestly,
can't, you know?
What a cunt.
It's me. What can I tell you?
all right,
Alright, ready?
baby D, let's go. Let's fucking go.
Okay, we'll veer away from music for a second.
Yeah, okay.
Sorting out my hair because it looks
So now, because you look out of
it
control.
looks fucking
Sideshow bomb.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Out of control.
First one, watermelon. Overrated, underrated.
Oh,
I love it.
dude. Underrated. It's the best in the world.
Yeah.
Overrated as fuck. Oh my god, no way.
You don't bangs with watermelon?
It's good, but it's like it's not.
Do you
that
think
good.
people make it out to be?
People
that?
make
had
it
some
out to
today.
be like so good? It's alright. Like it's alright.
It's like the most refreshing summer.
It's
food.
not better than
absolutely-
normal melon. Melon is better than watermelon.
The cantaloupe.
Like melon.
What's melon?
Melon.
Like honeydew.
The honeydew. Yeah, yeah.
The
that's
green
it.
one. The green one's the,
The
white
white
one.
The white. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No,
That's
no,
it.
inside. What's the
Inside.
flesh look like?
White.
Can you please show me? We have cantaloupe, which is orange, and we
Rock
have
melon in it.
Well, is rock melon the same as cantaloupe?
Yeah.
I think I'm
I'm just being stupid.
Okay,
Oh, no,
see,
no,
that's
this-
honeydew and that's cantaloupe.
Okay, yeah. So this is honeydew.
So you like honeydew? No,
Yeah,
honeydew's wax. Or...
Honeydew's is peg. Honeydew's
No, honeydew's
that
good,
one.
man. When you get
No,
a
it's
proper
like
one, it's
honeydew's
good.
peg.
in
But-
comparison to
I know what you're
cantaloupe.
saying.
Cantaloupe's not. No, I don't
Yeah.
fancy cantaloupe. Oh my, cantaloupe's dead.
Oh,
Cantaloupe's
wow.
dead.
Cantaloupe's good too.
Cantaloupe is dead.
But watermelon shits on both of those. What are you talking about?
No,
Wow.
watermelon's whack in comparison. Honeydew's so
Watermelon
better.
shits on both of those.
No,
What are
no,
you talking
no,
about?
no.
Come on.
Watermelon's
Come
so
on, come on.
overrated. Watermelon's
Shasta
overrated.
shot, shasta shot.
Avocado's overrated.
Yo, Shauno.
It's so overrated.
Avoc-
Avocados? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right, Sean.
Okay, I think we talked about avocado before, but
But
watermelon.
Watermelon is.
I don't know if
overrated.
people. I feel like I've seen more people say they dislike it recently, so I kind of don't feel
know.
like it's overrated.
Yo, there's a fucking challenge on the tickers of the talkers, right? And there's cunts putting mustard on watermelon, and it's a whole thing. Have you seen that?
No.
No,
And everybody's. I just in the last few days been exposed to that fuckery, and cunts bangs with mustard on watermelon. I don't understand why, but everyone is like, "No, this is some bullshit." And they grab some regular raspberry mustard and just give it a little sprinkle. Some cunts go in with a big dollop, and they just go, And then all of a sudden they go back for a third and a fourth. They just like love it. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not going to try it. But then,
we should try it.
you know,
Yeah, we should try it.
there's a challenge going around, and the kids, mate, they're doing things with watermelon that they shouldn't be doing, but they're doing it.
We've heard
Okay,
about
so
that. Sean
just
is
condiments, you know. There you
agreeing
go.
with
So
us.
Shauno loves a bit of watermelon. Loves it.
Watermelon for me is not even like top 5. It's not even top 5. Like it's good though. Don't get me wrong, but it's not top 5. It's not.
Interesting.
I can definitely name you 5 fruits which are better. Like
What's better than watermelon? Maybe 5.
blackberries,
Yep.
honeydew lemon,
Okay.
satsumas, like small oranges.
Okay.
You know, the sweet things.
So you have to think watermelon,
Raspberries and
and then watermelon.
pineapple. All
Yo,
better.
you know what's fire? Papaya. Well, that's a good bar, actually. But yeah, papaya. That's up the
Anecdote.
Anecdote, yeah,
Yeah.
it's the best one. Battle Rapids
You know what's
really
fire?
did the bad F word. Anyway, papaya is the best. Get that fucking through your gullet. That one's
It's
the one
alright.
to just, you know. No,
It's
it
alright.
bangs way, but it's better than mango.
Papaya is better.
Better
Whoa,
than mango.
no.
Oh my God.
whoa.
You're
Whoa.
crazy.
I just want
Whoa.
I want to stir a ting. Hey.
Shit
See
ton.
easy. Whoa.
Fucking crazy.
Hey,
Whoa.
That was pretty abrupt.
Whoa.
Thank you very much.
So the thing about papaya, I bangs with papaya. But better than mango. Like papaya
It's not,
kind
I'm
of
just kidding.
smells like vomit
But it
a
is-
little bit. It has
it's a good-
vomit-like
What
properties.
the fuck, son? It
Has-
doesn't smell
I know
like vomit.
fruit which smells like vomit. Yeah, I don't know what papaya is. Let me Google it.
Papayas
I don't know
you know what you see.
Papayas you're eating, fam.
Sean says salt
Smell
on
like
watermelon is a no-go.
Oh, I've never had papaya.
And peaches are the best, actually. I had peaches
peaches
last
are great.
week.
Oh, they're
Bang
great.
with peaches.
Oh my
they're
Yeah,
God.
peach or a nectarine.
They're great.
Peach and nectarine are fucking
nectarines
on
and
that.
flames.
I'm
Was there
not-
any
I'm-
shit fruit? I don't know if there's any shit fruit. What's a shit fruit? That's
You
actually
know,
better.
you know what pisses me off? Strawberry.
Oh,
Those fucking
strawberries
the
are
tiny
overrated
ass
as hell,
seeds
yeah.
get in my fucking teeth, cunt.
I just
Piss me
got
the
some
fuck
last
off.
week.
I love strawberry flavor with those little pips things. They piss me the fuck off.
Yeah,
Grapefruit. Grapefruit.
Anyway, that's
overrated?
my
Oh, it is whack.
That's
Shit
the
fruit.
worst. That's the worst.
grapefruit's overrated too.
It's
Yeah,
Definitely
sorry.
down the bottom end. It's not. I don't think it's completely shit.
Oh, it's bad.
No,
But I don't know if there's one fruit I think is bad.
it's
and I won't
healthy
eat.
and shit. And it's good.
What's
but,
one
like, I'm
fruit?
not a fan.
Okay, that's fair. Actually, I got one fruit I won't eat. I don't like
What's that?
bananas at all.
Loads of
Yeah,
people don't.
fucked.
I like bananas.
Yeah, but I love the
Great.
flavor.
I bangs with bananas.
It's the texture. I can't do it.
Oh, mate.
Interesting.
No, you just got to
But-
get it on the right day. They cure a
Bananas-
hangover, no stress, fam.
I can't eat them,
Yeah,
bro.
it
Like
happens.
it doesn't work for me. I put them in smoothies. Banana smoothies are god tier shit.
That's true. That's true. But you
But,
wouldn't
like-
eat them like regular. That's fair.
Nah,
As long
but
as
I
you still
love
get some
bananas
potass-
Every other format. I fuck with them so
Okay.
heavy. It's just I just can't.
Even banana candies. Love them.
Yeah, I love it. I love banana
Oh,
flavors.
like the banana foam.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Oh,
Those
they're
shits are
great.
lit.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
right now, shit. Fuck, shit.
For fuck's sake.
All right, sorry. Next one down because we were yapping about food.
It's alright. It's alright.
Yep, team.
Oh, where do I go? Do I stick on the topic of food, or do I go to a bit of music related?
Well, maybe we can do a bit of music and then come back to food.
Bit of music. Okay. Beyonce, overrated, underrated.
This is touchy because the world is
Touchy.
obsessed with her.
Very touchy.
I'll let y'all answer first.
For me,
Well,
okay, yeah, no, she goes first.
yeah, go down.
yeah, no,
Oh,
she
shit.
goes first. No, she goes first.
Goodness me. I mean, shit. She's pretty dope. Like overall, you can't just say she's properly rated. So I have to say, I'd say she's underrated more so because she's still doing her thing. When she comes out, she does shit really, really, really large.
But then, do you think
enjoyed
she's the
fucking
greatest
last-
like female artist of all time?
No, but like I bangs with her.
But
But
loads of people
don't-
think she's the greatest of all time. So doesn't that make her overrated?
that's fine.
Hmm.
Yeah, her fans are fucking like loving it. So like whatever, that's fine.
But does that
She's
make
not-
her overrated
Mm.
or not? Or you still think it's like, you still think she's probably underrated, perhaps potentially?
I feel like she's properly rated because like lately, whenever I've seen shit, it comes out, everything's like it's epic as fuck, and I can't really hate it. I don't think it's like bad. I hated it anyway. So yeah, I don't think it's overrated. I'm not sick of her because I don't see her every 2 seconds like other cunts do, and like, I just kind of like never see, like yeah, that's a big one. Look at Shauna. It's
That's,
like
a, that's,
nah,
a big
fuck that
one.
shit.
That's a big one.
He's like passionately overrated.
Yeah,
For-
no. So I'm
for
just
me,
like,
I'm similar
know.
to Notion. I don't think she's like no, I bang with her. I think she's great. I think she's amazing actually. But her fans do make me think she's overrated because she is not the greatest art. Like
the
she's not-
only
one,
thing
she's
that
not
I
the
would
greatest
agree
artist,
with, yeah.
She's not the greatest
Yeah.
artist of all time. She's not the greatest
That's
female
nuts.
artist. And I couldn't sit down and listen to a project of hers, just sit down, just on a whim, just say yeah. Fuck
And I wouldn't do that either, Dan. And you know why? Because I'm gonna fucking hear the whole thing anyway. Whether I go out in
Yeah,
public,
yeah, that is very
I'm
true.
gonna hear it. Whether I like it or not,
Very
I'm gonna hear that shit. So I never sought after any of her shit because it's gonna get thrown into my fucking face
Exactly.
on social media or like cars driving by when I'm outside or whatever the fuck. It's always, unfortunately, well not unfortunately, you know what I mean? I've always just seen it or heard it and like
Yeah.
never escapes my fucking visuals count.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Short of saying I'm not a fan of her at all. I feel that. So look.
Yeah, he's like, fuck that noise, eh?
So I was relatively early on Destiny's Child, back in like the
Mhm.
late '90s, and I was obsessed with her. I saw her. I've probably seen Destiny's Child like 3 times. I used to love them.
Yeah.
Um,
We're from where
And-
little kids, mate.
yeah, like at Palais and St Kilda and Melbourne and shit like
Mm.
that. And I was in
Mm.
love with her. We were all in love with her. Everyone was in love with Beyonce, right?
Mhm.
And then when she went solo, she got so big, and the music got so whack. Like the first like
Mm.
3 or 4 solo albums were fucking pop trash. Aside from Crazy in Love, which is the greatest
That's a great
rap
song.
verse on a pop song of all time, I think. Like Jay's verse on
Yeah.
that is just
Yeah,
out
yeah.
of control. She had a few little moments that were still dope, but I just like it was so exactly what kind of you were both saying. Like the fans were fucking jacking off over him, and she was oversaturated. Didn't matter where I looked, you heard Beyonce every fucking time. I'm hearing these songs. I tried listening to everything. I genuinely detested the vast majority of the music until Lemonade. That album
Yo, Lemonade
was
is
fucking
great,
insane.
but I think that's so underrated.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone
That
speaks
album-
about it.
Not enough.
No one speaks about
And
it.
it almost pioneered, Kanye really did, but she took it to the next level with the whole album
Yeah.
videos.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
amazing. It was
Yes.
it was the album that exposed Jay-Z for cheating and ran through all the
Yeah.
emotions. It was one of the most
Oh my
relatable
God,
pieces
it
of
was-
music. The videos were perfection. The way the beats
That's
were
what I'm talking about.
it inspired the shit out of me. The actual songs were written so well. Everything flowed. It was like a musical. It was absolute work of genius. So like I was like, oh, okay. And not that I would go out of my way to listen to it, but like I watched Lemonade 2, 3, 4 times.
Yeah, I
type of
watched
thing.
it.
Like I
It's
fuck with
great.
it.
It is
Then she did I think it was the self-titled one. That was almost as good because I think she had, it might have been another name, Flicker self-titled. And she had the full hour-long movie for it as well. Fucking amazing. I think that was one with like Drunken Love.
Yeah,
And
I
like
remember.
all of that shit on there, which was Drunken Love was one of the greatest songs, fucking, and also with Jay on it as well. It's perfect. So I was like, wow, I think I might be a Beyonce fan or something again. And then I checked the old shit,
Again.
and I'm like, oh no, this was horrible. So even in hindsight, being back on the Beyonce vibe, and like now I once again I don't seek her out, but I fuck with her. And there was a point where she's overrated, she's fucking garbage, I can't stand blah blah blah. But like now I've seen what she can
It
do.
was short-lived.
It was how long between?
Well,
first
actually, it
album?
wasn't. It was quite a few years of a stretch.
It's
but,
probably a decade. Now I think of it.
you hated it. You didn't dig her for a decade.
No,
That's
like
quite funny.
easily. And I hated her so much that it ruined the old Destiny Child music for me. And Say My Name was like in Australia, it
fucking
didn't matter
hell.
where you went, you heard that fucking song.
Oh, that
Just
was-
like it started to really turn me off. So overall, I don't know. I think she has exactly what you guys were saying. Like she's part overrated and part underrated. Like those other albums were so good that she was so overrated and so saturated that it's like she didn't get a chance to get the props for how good that was. And Homecoming, that whole Homecoming performance was insane. She just had a kid. I think that was after the twins. Like the fact that she was able to work her ass off, and the documentary was amazing too. And like I don't know, she's a very impressive human being, man. So like, I don't know. Maybe I just say underrated overall because I think that her getting to the point of overrated, and then you come back around the circle again because you're rated so high that people overlook it or they'll overly
You
judge
forgot
it.
to mention the Lion King album.
Oh, the Lion King album!
Oh
Oh
my
my
God.
god!
That's what I was going to say. Yeah,
I can't believe I forgot. Incredible.
So good.
Like
yeah.
Actually, I forget how much I like some of that shit.
Yo, we'll listen to
We
it
talked
the
about
other
that
day,
on the podcast, a bunch of episodes ago. That was fucking so.
At the
good.
beginning,
Insane,
Like that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
that continued the run. So she went there. She went to Africa. She worked with artists from all the different countries that they were shooting
Fucking
in.
phenomenal.
She did videos with all local people, all local crew, dancers, fucking all the people who need to do the filming stuff, everything. Like that is so gangster.
Mhm.
Like that is cool as fuck to do that. Do a soundtrack. Be the voice of the main female character in the movie.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. How can you be mad at someone doing that and making it dope and making classic? Even Pharrell, like that song "Water" was fucking amazing. The already one, with
Yeah.
the Ghanaian version of Burna Boy. I forgot his name.
Shatta Wale.
There you go. Like anyway, it's fucking crazy. Fucking crazy.
It's great.
So, props to Beyonce. Sean is saying the song she did with Sean Paul was the only song he liked. What was that called? Baby Boy.
Yeah, Baby Boy.
Naughty
Yeah, see-
girl, no baby boy. Yeah,
Yeah,
So-
I don't fuck
I
with
don't
that.
care.
The
It's
Naughty
just
Girl, I
not
don't
as.
fuck with that.
That is never going to be on the level of this Lion King album or Lemonade.
It's not in the
or-
same stratosphere.
Yeah,
She's
not
on a
at
different
all.
level. See, back in the day, she was doing pop,
Mhm.
like not quite throwaway pop, but just poppy stuff. that
Probably
was,
just hear
like,
every
you could-
day. It's just-
sugary
yeah, yeah,
bullshit. But the Lion King with the
That was-
messaging, she started when she did Formation. I think is when she started really leaning into the politics stuff. Because Formation was brilliant. It's fucking brilliant song. The whole thing was so gangster. And then she's been like really at the forefront of it. I think once you get a bit more self-actualized, like she's my age. I think she's born in September. I think the same year as me, so she's about to be 40.
Oh yeah.
Like it's interesting to see someone who's been successful since she was like. I've listened to a podcast series as well with her dad about her and everything, and it explained like a lot of what they went through. She's been working to do this since she's like 12 or some shit. So
It's insane.
got to give it up. That was the very lengthy over.
But that was I think
That
she
was
was-
quite lengthy.
Everyone
Well
had a lot
explained
to
though. I
say.
mean, fuck.
Yeah.
So overall, you love her heaps. Love her.
Right now, I'm
That's what we're talking about. That's where we're at.
yes. Right now, I'm
She's
a big fan.
That's good.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay, next one. We'll go to different sort of category. Different.
Alright, switch it up.
Okay.
Love it.
So I'm gonna list these series, and if you've seen it, just let me know. And if you haven't, just let me know. Okay. 13 Reasons Why. Have you seen it?
I know about that.
No.
Okay. Big Bang Theory.
I've seen maybe one episode, and I went to the set.
Oh.
But I don't really remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vampire Diaries.
Yes.
Nope.
Okay. Okay.
I've seen like most of it.
Okay. Vampire Diaries, overrated, underrated.
It's horrible.
It's fucking shit. Oh
It's a terrible. Do you know what was sick though? True Blood.
I've
We watched
never seen it,
9
I've
seasons
heard
of
it,
True
I've
Blood.
heard it.
Have y'all seen that shit?
What the fuck, bro?
I've never seen
No,
it.
man.
Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about,
Yeah.
but I just...
Vampires?
Dude, it's
I've never
so
seen it.
dumb. It's awesome. I saw all of Sabrina, the Teenage New Sabrina one, the Mysteries or whatever it's called.
You are a sucker for dumb, awesome shows. You love Passions.
Yes.
You love fucking
Twilight.
Twilight. Oh, exactly, man. You're such a
Bieber.
fucking fuckhead. You love all the weird stuff. Biebs. You love Beyonce. Like everything is weird.
Fuck.
No, okay.
I'm basically a teenage
Yeah,
girl.
you're
man.
such a 13-year-old girl. Yeah, man.
Gang.
Her name's Katie or something.
Katie. Oh, Tiff is
No
like...
disrespect.
No, shouts to Katie's.
Yeah, capitals.
Capitals.
I think Tiff's talking... I'm not sure she's talking about Vampire Diaries. Oh, she said Vampire Diary. Here we go. She said because Vampire Diaries is flames.
It's fast.
Is it Big Bang Theory is the best?
Big Bang Theory is terrible. It's not
So-
funny whatsoever. Oh my god.
No.
I hate that show.
It
so
seems
much.
pretty corny
So,
to me,
it's so
yeah.
corny. It's so bad. So bad.
Vampire Diaries is like... So True Blood is what's the word? They know it's ridiculous, so the actors are like, it's over the top, like just to the point where like, okay, like they don't believe what's
Okay,
happening,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
so ridiculous. Whereas
Okay.
Vampire Diaries is played really serious,
Yeah,
like kind of like
my God,
Twilight.
that's so
You know, like
serious.
Twilight, but not as like I think Twilight's funny just because people made so much of
It's
a big deal about it. I think it's hilarious, but that's how they act.
Mhm.
Whereas True Blood is like that jokey kind of Riverdale thing. Have
Have
y'all seen Riverdale?
Right.
seen that kind of
Yeah. With all
Have you
the
seen
jokes and all the funny shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, we had to stop watching it because it was so bad. So like
Kind of-
True Blood,
Kind of
went
based
over-
off Archie, right?
Yeah, but there's like a
Yeah.
certain. So there's one guy watched the thing. The same guy made Archie, Riverdale, Sabrina, and one more. Tiff will remember. She'll say it. But this dude is just all of his shows are fucking horrible, and like Sabrina got really bad at the end. And fucking, what's it called? What did I just say? Riverdale is basically unwatchable. It's so fucking cool. Like, I'm like, if I was the actor, I'm like, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Like, it's not worth the check, bro. Like, the fucking lines you have to say, it's so embarrassing.
It's so degrading. It's so
What's your
embarrassing.
fucking,
Yeah,
like,
whack.
Could you, like, do you guys know what I'm talking about? When you watch something and that
Yeah,
secondhand
Yeah, it's like
embarrassment
it's
is
so cringe. It's so cringe.
So
It's like,
cringe.
dude, your credibility is down the dunny, fam. You're doing D-grade shit for the rest of your life. Like, don't do shit stuff. If I ever was into acting, I would never do shit like that. If I was gonna go puke in the toilet after I said a line, it's like that ain't for me. That ain't the script.
Yeah, exactly right. It's like, it's so lame. Oh, Sean's just saying that Big Bang Theory is super whack as well. Same sort of thing. Like, yeah, there's just like some shows I'm like, yeah, man, I don't care what the check is. I ain't doing that shit. So it's in.
Fucking hell.
So if y'all see, okay, you got 2 more shows?
No shows.
Do you know more?
But I've got
Tiff's like, yeah, the Riverdale. I'm not even going to say it. The word on the screen is the drug of the show. That's like the bad drug that the kids are trying to get.
That's so bad. That's just cool.
Really?
As hell,
Yeah.
man.
It's just so I don't want to say the words because
Wow.
we joke about it. It's like passions, but like to the point where I couldn't watch it.
Charity.
No.
Oh,
Do you ever see
goodness.
Passions? Oh my god!
That
Honestly,
was
when-
the after-school show, wasn't it? Like,
I used to
you
watch.
used to maybe.
Yeah, so I used to eat before I
You
went
didn't-
to
you
work
didn't
at
make me watch
Telstra. I made you watch it sometimes because
Oh, yeah.
I went to work at Telstra.
It was so funny. You're like, yo, watch this cunt. Watch him say this. It's like so dumb. Then you
Yeah,
rewind
you
it
always
'cause
used
you
to
had,
yell
like,
at me. You're like,
Fox
get it?
Tele.
Why are you watching this?
He's like, yeah, because it was so corny. I'm like, bro, I can't even. Are you actually enjoying this, cunt? Like, what the fuck? It was
Yeah.
really, really weird, man.
But it's funny though, eh? The charity name.
I mean, yeah, it is actually funny. Like, I definitely did enjoy the lols, but sometimes I wasn't in the mood for it, so it actually would piss me off. And be like,
No, I
fuck.
feel
So
that.
sometimes I'd be like, turn it off, it's pissing me off, and then if I wasn't in the mood for it, which is probably like 55-60% of the time I was not in the mood for that show.
I can. You weren't wrong.
And also, we were young as fuck, so
yeah, we were
yeah,
mad.
cunts
Yeah.
be cunts.
Exactly. We were bored.
Friends
Sean-
was back as fuck. Nice one,
Yeah.
Shorter. Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck
that's a good
Friends.
one.
Like, unfortunately,
Fuck
seen
Friends.
so many of those.
Trash.
You know, so yeah, whatever.
Yeah, Friends is like.
bad.
It's
Did
got
y'all
some
watch-
moments. It's got moments, but
It's got moments.
Yeah.
overall.
Pop culture moments. Yeah, that's a good point. Did you guys watch the reunion they did?
Friends is overrated. You could give me I'll give you a solid,
Yeah,
quick
yeah.
answer.
Oh, yeah.
Overrated Friends.
Over.
100%.
Did you guys
Yeah,
see
thank
the
you.
reunion on?
I saw, like-
I saw somebody
first-
making jokes about it, but I didn't see it.
I saw like the first.
Okay.
Was it good?
I didn't watch
It was interesting. Did you guys
It
see
was
the
interesting.
Fresh Prince reunion?
No, but I really
Exactly the
I
same
really-
thing.
No,
Oh,
same thing.
Yeah.
Sort of snippets.
Okay, so I would highly recommend you watch the Fresh Prince one because that was like actually cool because
would be
Will
better.
patched it up with the old Aunt Viv, like the first Aunt Viv.
They had beef us?
Yeah, they had beef. Yeah. Oh, you didn't just watch the thing. They explained it.
Oh.
See,
Yeah,
I'll
she
have
didn't.
to-
They didn't talk for
Yeah.
27 years, and they talked again on the show. They came and they showed them talking because they
Say
had that.
what?
And she's like doing diss videos on YouTube to Will Smith. I'm talking. This was last year type shit.
Oh my god!
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna watch that shit.
What?
Alright.
It's
Yeah.
very cool, right? So I love that, but I watched the Friends because I thought it was fascinating, and it was always fun to see what everyone looks like
Mhm.
now. They all look not that great for people who all made $100
Except
million. Joey looks like
Joey looks pretty bad.
your fat Italian uncle,
Yeah,
and he
pretty
was
bad.
the stud muffin on
Yeah,
the show.
he looks pretty.
Like,
bad.
and Chandler, what's Chandler? What's his real name? I
Oh,
forgot.
I know who.
Matthew
Matt
Perry.
LeBlanc.
No, yeah.
Matt Le- no, Matt Le-
Matt LeBlanc
no.
is Joey, and Matthew
Yeah.
Perry is.
It is okay.
Yeah.
He looks, like he looks like he was on hard drugs and then got plastic surgery.
Yeah.
He looks terrible. Paul.
Who looks really
Oh
good?
shit.
Jennifer,
Was it-
no,
Jennifer-
Lisa,
yeah,
Jennifer
Jennifer
Aniston
looks
looks
great.
pretty good. She's starting to get she's probably 50, so she's getting a little bit of the white woman.
This is
Yeah.
hilarious.
And then Lisa looks pretty good, and
She's
Courtney Cox looks pretty good too. David Schwimmer looks the best. out
Oh,
of
he
the
looks
two.
great. He looks like.
He looks just like a little. You know how everyone's face gets wider as you
Yeah,
get
yeah,
older. he
Yeah,
just
he
looks
looks-
like a wide-faced version
Yeah.
of fucking what's the current Russ.
Ross.
Like, so it's, he
He
looks
looks
pretty
good.
good. The other dudes let themselves go, and the women
Bad.
actually look not too
Yeah,
bad. Courtney Cox has lip injections and Botox and shit though, so she
Mm.
looks kind of weird and fake. But Jennifer doesn't, and I think that says a lot about her that she's just letting it
She just
roll
looks
and
beautiful. She looks
aging
great.
gracefully. I like that.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Mm.
But anyway, it's worth watching it, but it's also overrated as fuck. Sean says he remembers
That's
Passions. And he also said the Fresh Prince reunion was dope, the best one. Yeah, it was really cool. You guys would like it. Kind of makes you almost get a little misty when you see him talk and stuff. Because yeah, we watched this shit. It came out in like I think it was either 91 or 89 or some like early shit. So we watched it at a formative time for us. So it was like it meant something to you when you were 13, whatever the fuck, younger, watching this shit. You know. So seeing them all together and then hearing about the drama and then seeing them fix up, it's very cool. And they all hadn't seen each other and like I don't know. I like it. Next one.
So
Next
we
one's yapping.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll go back to topic of music. This is a difficult one, probably. Old J. Cole. Overrated, underrated.
Under. Love
Oh,
it,
dude, totally underrated. He's the fucking man. Those mixtapes and shit, all the warm up and shit.
Killer.
Yeah, fuck.
Lights, please. The fact he produced
Oh.
it and that melody. Yo, Theo, like Shasta Theory. I remember it's 2009. I remember we were sitting. Remember the moment was like, yo, listen to this. And he put it on at our place in South Bank. We used to have iMac
Yeah, I remember
and
that
his
joint.
PC back to back on our desk. We didn't
Back
have
to
laptops at the time. And
Or
he
backwards
played. I
docking.
was like, this is fucking crazy. Like I couldn't believe. I was like, he made the beat, and then had this little bad thing, something like fucking crazy. The little flow, the hook was crazy. The concept was
Disgusting.
like, I was like, this kid is special. And yeah, so I don't know if cunts probably checked him or they thought he wasn't. I feel like a lot of people should have.
I don't know. I feel like I think he's great. I think he's amazing, but I don't know what it is. I feel like I can't always just listen to his old stuff. I feel like maybe it's just a personal thing, but I just really like listening to new stuff from popular artists. Except like Skepta. I love Skepta's old stuff, like from 2009.
It's hard to hear it
But-
sometimes because it does sound dated,
Yeah, but like J. Cole stuff sounds
like hella dated to you.
dated as hell, and it's like
That's fair.
Like, I wouldn't listen to it.
Did you hear it then?
No.
That's why.
That's probably right.
That's the only reason we get to listen to it. I'm not going to go sit there and listen to... Like, cunts have said to me, like, I never really liked Gangsta. I love Primo and Guru's voice is one of the best ever of all time. But I just... His raps were nursery rhyme to me. Because I didn't listen to Gangsta in 1993. I feel like if I did, I wouldn't even care. And that's what everyone says to me. But I'm like, I can't get past this because I didn't get into it at the time. A few other artists say Master Ace and shit like that. I can't do it. But... So I can understand. I can't be, hey, listen to this shit from 1996 and be like, I don't care. I wasn't there.
But then I do like listening to old shit like that. Like
but it depends. You were introduced to. You know, if I play you any old gangster rap, you might not be into it, but you must have had an experience listening to Eazy-E, which is why our NWA, which is why you bang with that, because that was 10 years before you were born. Yeah, it wasn't just like a little bit before. Mm-hmm. So like, it's a classic, but you must have had an experience that introduced you. I imagine to that classic, and that experience was enough to continue that interest. Where if I went and played you some random, I don't know, Fugees or something from trying to think before you were born or whatever, like it would sound a bit dated, and you might not because you don't have any memories of it. You're like,
True, but then I kind of feel like it's potential, but I feel like that era of like rap, like before I was born, it wasn't corny. But then the era that J. Cole and them man like grew up in, I feel like their raps are so corny, and that's what makes me feel like it's really dated as well.
Who else would you put in that category? That's an interesting thing.
J. Cole.
I've heard people say that too.
I don't like.
Sometimes he is.
I don't like a lot of Drake's old stuff. Like people love old Drake, and I just really don't. Drake's my favorite artist, like my favorite by far, but I just don't.
Back can you go?
I don't know.
Like, did you ever hear Comeback Season?
Yeah, that probably like once, but then it's like. I just didn't. I just don't like it that much. And the same with like Kendrick. Old Kendrick. It's like he's great. I know he's a sick artist, but I don't know what it is about.
Old Drake is better than old K-Dot, essentially.
Correct.
So that's what a lot of people say. Yeah.
We were put onto Drake in 2008 by our friend in Atlanta. Funnily enough, about the Comeback Season. And it kind of just come out. And then the next year he dropped So Far Gone. So we were listening to Drake then, and we loved him because he sounded like Kanye. Like he reminded me, and he was fans of like all the rappers that we're inspired by. Drake was inspired by. He gives mad props to them. He was even
exactly Fonte.
Push, Fonte. He had Elzai in the joint.
Ninth Wonder.
Yes, all the different beats, like producers like that he fuck with. And Kanye, was the other one. So like we were there. And J. Cole's one, I was also there. So I can, but I'm not going to listen to anything before that because I wasn't there. And even then, because I just sound old and dated. So there's probably a point where you can go back. Like even Thank You Later. Can we listen to that? Because I think that's pretty. When you hear like Fancy or Over even. Over kind of sucks.
I like it.
Fancy because it's Swiss. Everybody's just Swiss like that.
Yeah,
like that sounds dated as fuck. Even like Find Your Love, the Kanye song where he shot that in Jamaica or whatever. It's alright. I didn't love that album anyway when it dropped. Was the Jay-Z song on there? The what's it called? I could hear the song in my head, but the first song he did with Jay-Z. Lights Out?
With Jay-Z
and Drake off Thank You Later. Am I tripping out?
Oh yeah. I know what that song is.
I'm just having a brain fart.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, no idea what that name is. Fucking hell.
Bloody
googs, eh?
Light Up. Yeah.
Light Up. Make it light up. Yeah. That's when Jay did the whole turn the heads like the triple entendre line that everyone makes fun of. But anyway, I understand what you mean. There's some things that you just, if you're not there for it.
I get you.
Yeah, I can't do it. Sean is saying it's always good to listen to older music from an artist so you can see the growth. I've met Aubrey once when I was downtown doing my club promotion shit back in the day. That's pretty dope.
Oh, wow.
That's just out here.
We're just out here.
Man's just out here, fam, on the streetos.
Yeah, it's good to check it, but I don't know if you can stand it, so I understand. What was the question? It was just the original question. Come back to
old J. Cole.
I know we tangentialized it.
He's underrated. He's a mad cunt.
I still
check him out. Jermaine, he's a mad cunt.
Over, but I do love J. Cole.
Okay, I love that's fair. That's fair.
Good food one. Fine dining. I love it.
Dude, super underrated.
Underrated as hell. Yeah. I think a lot of people will look at the price and say, "Fuck."
Man's
that,
get
but it's
spoiled in it. Like,
good. Yeah, it's just so good. Like, it's the best experience.
Sawyer, S-O-Y-R, Sawyer.
Sorry. That's probably the one thing I really missed during the pandemic was like for sort of special occasions we'd ball out and go to like restaurants, like in most of the places, like some really nice ones. Yeah, you drop a few bills or whatever the fuck, get a nice one, and like have the whole chef's thing where they'll bring you out just whatever and shit. Like, I miss that because some of those places delivered, but it also wasn't the same. And then more often than not, they didn't even have a delivery. So like Joe Beef, one of the best restaurants in the city, them and all of their restaurants didn't do anything. They just shut down. I think they still shut down.
Oh wow.
So like, yeah, I think that's a great question. I feel like fine dining is an interesting thing that a lot of people maybe don't, like someone just said before about the price.
Yeah.
Maybe people don't even think it's worth it or whatever the fuck. And I feel like there's like something with like a refined palate that I learned over the years. A lot of it from beer and wine. I don't know if I talked about it before, but like as I got into craft beer and like local wine and really started thinking about what I'm drinking, that's made me think about food in the same way. And we started going to cheese shops and buying this like fancy cheese. And like a lot of it came from here, like living in Montreal. And then the coffee, and then slowly learning, okay, so Tiff got me into Second Cup. I drank Tim Hortons before that, and she got me into Second Cup. And well, okay, interesting. And then we come to Montreal and try the different, third wave or type of shit. And I was like, wow, this is the whole thing. And then start to learn about that. So I feel like that people don't always think about what they're eating or drinking or just consuming. So they might not feel it's worth it. They go, what the fuck would I pay for that when I can get a burger for $20?
That's what a lot of people. Yeah. That's what a lot of people.
It's night and day. I just feel like people. It's like, I guess you need a way to expand your palate, perhaps.
That's
like,
what I think.
And it just changes the way that you approach things. I see it, but I still see people who drink Firecraft beer go and drink Tim Hortons coffee. Like, really shit. I never understand that. If you understand the one thing enough to be spending all this money on craft beer, but then won't be a little better with the coffee, it's kind of like it's kind of weird. Sean says, fine dining is okay, but I'd rather make my own food. That's completely fair. I wouldn't want fine dining all the time. So like, just like I created a monster. Yeah. It's your fault, babe. Because she introduced me to that around the time I started discovering beer properly with the 365. So I'm reviewing beer, learning about that. And then we were going to LCBO and trying to buy all different fucking winery, like local wineries. And then we started going to the wineries and they give you tastings. You're like, what the fuck? I didn't like that before. Now I know I love Rieslings or Chardonnays.
Like, I used to hate red wine. I used to hate, like, I don't even know what it was. I don't know.
Put you on,
I don't think anyone put me on. I think I just tried it one day and just thought I just liked it. I don't know what it is.
Have you been to a winery?
No.
We went in Vermont, but you didn't.
Oh, it's terrific, isn't it?
That's interesting.
Like, I love red wine. Red wine's like my favourite. Like, it's great.
Red wine's the best.
It's amazing. It's because we have so much beer to do.
Definitely a colder climate sort of drink, but like,
Not tonight, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely not a summer drink all the time. Then you get like a rosé for a night like tonight. Anyway,
true.
Wine's the fucking best, fam. I remember when like we were like in Australia, like 19, went on a couple of just tours and getting the actual guided tour and listening. It really just opened up my palate to better food and everything. So like it started with wine, and then I started exploring food more, and then we got into the beer a whole bunch better, and then we came over here. Shit just escalated. Went to wineries over here. Had a bunch of guided tastings and pairings with cheese and fucking meats and charcuterie kind of things. And yeah, the wine like definitely helps advance your palate because like it throws you in the deep end. But if you have someone to explain it, it's like it helps you wrap your shit around it. So that is something that everybody should do at least once. Whether they do it with a bunch of cunts on a party bus or they just go as a couple and do a thing like winery tours are fucking bomb AF. And there's a lot of places to go to in every city that cunts live in. So, yeah,
totally.
get around that.
I couldn't agree more. You made a really good point, and I think this is the answer to it. I discovered good food through wine, through going to wineries. You're so fucking right, because sometimes they'll have a thing where they'll have a cheese pairing. I've been to wine and junk food pairings before in Consomme and
really?
on the lake. Yeah, Tiff gets invited to.
What kind of junk food?
Oh my god,
like
that's amazing.
Chips. I think there was chocolate. It could have even been like candy from memory. But when we were discovering why, oh no, she's tripping me out because it's exactly why. The first trip we did to Niagara was instead of this B&B that ended up turning into one of our favorite wineries called Back 10. And the owners remember us because they turned where we slept is now their tasting room. And because it was the main house. And they remember us and they comment on BOS and Liquid Happiness stuff all the time. They're super cool. And that trip, going to there, and then we went to this place called Good Earth up the road. I don't know if you've ever been to Good Earth, but they're a cooking school and a winery. And they grow.
We had lunch.
You had that?
Yeah, we had food there.
Okay, so were you with me?
Yeah, me, you, Tiff.
Beautiful. Okay, so I think because what happened, we went this one time, and then every time we went back, we tried to go there to eat, because they basically have this winery where they grow the grapes on dirt that used to have nectarines, peaches, and shit like that. So a lot of those things from the dirt apparently transfer into the grapes, so they get really unique flavors from the grapes.
Wow.
Then they're a cooking school, so they would have these crazy fucking dishes that were meant to pair with all the wines. And then I had my favorite rosé of all time. No, was it medium dry Riesling? It was a 2009 bottle, and I didn't know that was a finite resource. So we drank all the shit we had and realized you can't get it again. But the point was, I discovered that food, and then all of those nuances, just that small thing then about wine, and then they pair the food with it. So then they're giving you all this fire shit, and you're like, whoa, and they're blowing your mind, because all of a sudden you're in an open-minded state because you come for the alcohol. And because you're already open-minded, there's this weird shit I normally wouldn't eat. I'm like, yeah, fuck it, let's go. It's paired. You guys are smart. Like, this has got to be fire. And you just start trying shit, and then you're like, where have I been? What have I been doing my whole fucking life?
Makes sense.
It's a beautiful thing. Sean is saying here, red wine over white wine. White wine is like juice for me, not a good look. You're just gonna have the right one, bro. That's really what we're talking about. But yeah, everyone always has a preference for sure. Tiff said we went for my birthday.
Yeah, so to explore.
Yes, we did. We went with Tiff's mum. I remember that. But yeah, fine dining, good wine, good beer, good spirits, local spirits, good coffee. You know, get it in you. That's all I'm saying.
Fuck yeah.
What else we got?
Food one.
Sure.
Coconut shavings.
Oh, fire!
Oh my god, so underrated.
God,
amazing.
I hate them so much. They're down there with raisins. They're like raisins, like that bad. They're like
Yo, fam.
that bad, like
I used to get them in.
that bad.
There's a juice spot across, like literally across from my joint, and man, I always cop smoothies from them in the morning. It's a classic juice company. If anyone wants to check them out, a fucking bunch of mad people on Coxwell. Check them out. Anyway, so they chuck coconut shavings in one of the, they have like a set bunch of menus. Dude, it changes my life. I even have dates in that motherfucker. There's like a banana, bunch of shit. It was crazy, dude. Anyway, so coconut shavings in the smoothie, fire.
For the win.
Can't do it. It's
so
bad. Like, it's literally like raisins. It's like, it's so bad.
Why?
Like, it just, the taste doesn't, the texture doesn't leave your mouth.
Even if are these the shavings that are like, you mean the desiccated coconut?
The desiccated one.
That you put on top of a lamington or like a cake?
Or like a chocolate. Or like,
I've got ones that are like as big as my finger. They're shavings and they're flat.
Okay, I've never had that.
Okay.
I'm talking about the desiccated.
I know
like,
it's
crumbs.
the crumbs off it. Okay, so on top of a lamington nose, is that what they put in your smoothie? Like that type of coconut?
No, it's a little different than that.
Okay.
Kind of like what you're saying.
I've never tried the big thing.
It's just lovely. It's like blended. Like it's like just disintegrated in a fucking.
Let me see.
In a blender. Just getting right down to it. Oh, that was quick. Fucking hell, mate.
It's literally just out of arm's reach.
I've never had these.
So show the screen.
These things.
So see how they're like pretty big?
Yeah, they're pretty
beautiful, mate.
Yeah.
Chuck that in your face hole. Oof.
I know, man. It's scary.
Yeah, it's scary. What was the question again? Coconut shaving? No, they're definitely underrated. Tiff was saying, I remember the trip we talked about. She said Brad was no
Good idea, too. Yeah.
I remember this day. Because this was, I remember all five of us went to Dylan's as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Actually, I just bought some Dylan's. Dylan's unfiltered gin. Got it in the freezer.
Fuck
yeah. Gonna make some cockies tomorrow, mate.
Get a cocky in, huh?
Oh, go on.
Get a cocky in.
Gonna make some cockies. Some cocktails. I don't know.
Get a cocky in ya. Sean doesn't like coconut unless it's in baked goods. That's fair. Coconut seems to be a bit of a...
toasted coconut donut from Tim Hortons. I swear to God, I don't do anything from Tim Hortons ever. But if I ever have to go to one, I'm a cop at that fucking donut kind of just
Yeah,
the
that
best.
shit is lit. Tiff only has it as water. Coconut water?
Oh, coconut water is amazing.
God tier.
Oh my
I could
God,
drink.
it's
I want
so
some
roll
good.
right
Oh,
now.
that would be perfect. Oh
White
my God.
Rum, WATA.
Oh my God, I need
Oh
that.
my gosh.
That would be beautiful.
Fuck, I want it right now.
That water would be
Coconut water.
So, hey, shouts to Jonathan Mill. Look that up. WATA coconut water. I reckon Jonathan.
Such a good cunt, eh?
Yep.
Oh, he's fucking top tier, eh? Like,
That's
not
what I'm
too
like.
bad,
top
eh?
tier,
Yeah.
Is that it?
Got one more.
One more. All right, run that.
Okay, this is a
That's what
off
you do.
topic. What's that? Playing/watching sports, and
It's easy.
Oh.
which one?
I know.
Like, which sport would you do either or?
Yeah.
Want me to go?
Go on.
Okay,
Yeah.
go for it, Steve Easy. I love it. I can't wait for your answers. Your answer's going to be way better than
No,
mine.
I'm-
Go.
I'm not even. I'm not gonna get. I'm gonna get my usual mad. But the. Okay, so going to a sport, I will always go if I pre
And
this
watch the
craziness.
sports.
Watching sport is so sick.
Mhm.
Like going to the game is sick.
Mhm.
Like being there, I've seen most sports live. I don't think I've seen soccer properly, but we've been to baseball, NFL, NBA. What are the other major things? Been to ice hockey. Whatever. Most of the major sports, obviously, Australian rules, blah blah blah. So like, it's always a good fucking time. You're jamming. You're watching these cunts. The energy's crazy. You're drinking overpriced shit beer with some fucking hot dog and shit. Like, it's a good time. Watching it on TV is, to me, so overrated. Like, it's pretty boring. I mean, if you have it on the background and you're doing other things, like, I guess fine. But I don't relate. I just don't care. I think watching it like that, if you like really care, going to a sports game to me is like going to a concert. Like, same shit. Going to a show.
You got to
Just-
watch. You got to pay attention. You're paying money to be there.
Yeah, and you're watching the
Fucking
show,
watch the game.
but I don't really give a fuck going. I'm not going to sit there and watch the J. Cole concert every week. You know, it's J. Cole versus Kendrick concert. And I don't know, like, the same thing. All these, I don't know. It just seems like I'm not into it. Overrated. But watch it. So, in which sport would I go and see? I think I just like going to NBA because I actually like basketball.
What about play?
Pardon?
What about play?
Also basketball.
Okay, so
Okay, yeah,
if you had the
basketball's
option
like the
to-
real sport
okay.
I ever loved.
Okay. Okay.
And I think about it often. I want some basketball shit in the crib. So I love it. Just like it's a great way to exercise. It's fun. It's like putting balls in holes. Balls.
I'm not that good at basketball. I'd like to go.
I love it. For sure, I want to get a ball because it's a few rings. What's around here we can go to?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck with that. So it wasn't as funny. Sorry, no, show wasn't as passionate.
Hey, mate,
Anger, I guess.
I'm here for any of your whatever was going to come out of your
Wherever
face.
the vibe is.
It's all good, mate. Mate, it's all good.
What do you guys think?
So fucking all right. So for example, I want to play frisbee golf more than I want to watch it, right?
That's a great one.
What's
And
frisbee golf?
that's a.
Nosh?
So yo, that's some shit that I found out from riding my mountain bike in the trails in the forest because occasionally some of those courses intersect or intertwine with my fucking riding, so I
Right.
have to beware of cunts throwing. So okay, so golf, but you throw a frisbee
Okay.
in it. That's it.
And they have this little the hole where you get
But-
in is
but
this
the-
disc with chains. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's like a net thing. It's like you're throwing it into this
Like pyramid
Yeah,
of
hoop
chains.
thing,
Yeah.
and then it goes up. There's like this structure in the middle, and then some chains hang and kind of dangle down like a chandelier kind of thing, or maybe it's the other way around. Anyway, but yeah, basically you're throwing your frisbee into that chain, then it sets into the thing. That's like a hole in one or whatever. That's the goal, right? So you got different paths and shit, same golf rules, but we got to fucking. And then people have bags and shit, different size frisbees and shit, all kinds of stuff. So anyway, that's a kind of a wild sport. So I found out about that by accident. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Man, Logic is just being a fucking cunt today. There you go.
Be nice
There
to
we go.
Bradley.
So,
Logic. Okay.
Yeah, so frisbee golf is one of those ones. Yeah, so NHL, like I'd rather watch hockey than play it because I can't skate good, so I don't want to do that.
It's hard.
NBA, I definitely am so whatever. I love watching it, love playing it. Like you said, been playing basketball since I was 5. Like ride or die, basketball is the best goat sport. I'd rather play soccer than watch it.
Yeah, soccer's a
You know what I mean?
boring
Like-
game to watch. Can't do it.
Not always. I definitely want to stand up for a second there. Like some fucking games are absolute fucking perfection. Some of these things are mind-boggling. Like out of control. Like humans can do that shit. Like it's out of control. Some things I've seen, and then Dan can probably show me 15 things that I've never seen that will blow my fucking top off. So the accuracy and elitism of fucking some of these footballers, as you know, they're fucking. It's just like, you know, cunts can put a penny in a fucking wherever they want at 100 k's an hour. It's bullshit. It's like some of them is amazing. UFC, I'd rather watch it than do it because I can't fight that sick. Even though I think I could maybe Gurks a 1, 2, 7, 8 mans, I definitely couldn't Gurks those kind of blokes. So I'd rather watch that one. Like what else is like, you know, a big example? Fucking, I'd rather play gridiron NFL than watch that shit because watching that shit is so fucking boring. And like even playing it's kind of like, I don't know, it's interesting. So I don't know. I think it's more fun to participate than watch. But, you know, I guess that's the main ones I want to talk about. Yeah.
Okay.
Good answer. That's a good, nice, vast array there.
That was good.
Okay. Yeah, vast array.
For me,
What you do,
I would. So watching football is the best thing in the world, and I would do anything to just watch football all day. Anything.
That's it.
Anything. And
Anything.
playing football, I like to watch football equally as much as I like playing it. Like it's just amazing. Like everything about football is amazing. Basketball, I love watching it now. I never used to actually until like a few years ago, but then now I love watching basketball. I wouldn't really like to. I'd like to play it because it's fun, but I'm just really bad, so it's
forward to kicking your ass.
You probably will. You probably get to dunk on me. Like I'm so shit. I'm not athletic. I don't like. I'm really not athletic. But football, I'll try.
We should have like a basketball like sesh when we're in person together at some point. We should throw down a couple fucking dunks on.
I'd love to because it's been so. I will be careful we don't hurt ourselves because we're fucking.
Oh no, we're good. No, we're just chilling. We're just chilling, bro. There's no competition. Just shoot around and goose.
We had last summer at a park. Sorry, we were at a park with Lena, and you happened to have your soccer ball.
Oh
there was a basketball there, so it was the end of the night. It was like the end of summer, like September type of thing, and we were like, oh, let's see if we can get the soccer ball and use it as a basketball for a bit. And both of us had to shoot around probably like 20 times each until any of us got it in. Like, granted, it was kind of dark because there was no net. It was one of those ones with no net at all. And we were using an undersized soccer ball, so it's not optimal for it. And it was dark, but still, we just really sucked. It was like, wow, this is embarrassing. I'm like, we're not leaving until one. We have to get it in.
Yeah, and then we did.
And we got it.
Have to make a shot.
20 minutes.
Yeah, you know how it goes. You know the vibes. 20 minutes later,
dude, of course, you can't leave until you get a switch. You know, like you
Yeah.
can't finish training until you get like that ultimate move, like the double pump, fucking Jordan reversal, spin around, fucking there you go,
Harold Miner.
layup. So, it's the double pump.
Yep.
Dude, iconic. What do you mean?
Love
32 Heat. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, sports things from back in the day, old school sports. I love old school sports.
Yo, I want to jump in on the sport thing, mountain biking. So last, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday there was in Innsbruck in Austria, the Crankworks series is going. Crankworks is basically a company that do mountain bike shit. Anyway, they're sponsoring this thing. There's downhill mountain biking, there's slalom, there's slope style, there's pub track. It's like all kinds of disciplines of biking, and they do it in one fucking spot. Anyway, mountain biking was there. Troy Brosnan, the cunt who won the one in Germany in Leo Gang that I talked about last time, he came second in this one, so he's still fucking slayed it. What a sick cunt. And he lost by 0.05 of a second, so it's a beastie. And mountain biking downhill is definitely one of the sports that I could watch and then go and do, but not do as well, but still want to do and watch equally as much. That's up there like a very close second or a third to NBA, to basketball.
Wow.
So just wanted to slip that in there. I fucking forgot, cunt.
Absolutely.
Slip it right in
there. No. So UFC, love watching it. Wouldn't want to do it.
Fair.
Boxing would
do
it.
Actually,
no. Boxing I would like to do it.
Boxing I would love to do.
I hate watching
way more
with
appealing.
The helmet on and just have a little bit of
headgear and shit. Have a fucking
I would like to
little spar thing.
And what else? Formula One, I really love watching Formula One, but it's always on really obscure times.
Imagine going that fast.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be able to do it.
Shit
Like,
your dicks.
I don't think I would do it. But like, I love watching it. I saw it live as well. It was great. And what else is there? There's another sport which I'm definitely forgetting.
Water polo.
Yo.
What about chess?
Mini golf.
Or golf.
Mini golf.
Full
Golf is
full stop.
fucking
It is one of
yawn.
the best sports to ever
Dude,
play. Oh my god!
Yo,
it's
golf
amazing.
is sick.
Golf
Grab a
is amazing
6
to
or a
play,
9
yeah.
pack and a couple spliffs and go have a fucking a round.
Yeah, that's
18 holes.
playing it. I was talking about watching
That's
it, but
how
yes,
you-
playing
Yeah,
is fun.
yeah.
I've done that
Golf.
once before.
Playing golf is sick compared to
Playing it
watching
is
it. Golf
so
can
good.
fuck
Like, I
off.
think
No
that's
way.
the
I agree.
one sport I like the most, like to play.
That's so
other
funny.
than football. That's definitely what I like to play the most by far.
Mm.
It's so good. Like it's.
Do you prefer a driving range or actually playing golf on the field?
A 9-hole
On the field, on the
par
course.
3. Like
You would
an
actually do a
actual
fucking in the
9-hole,
forest,
yeah.
in like fake nature.
It's
Do it.
the best. Driving ranges are cool.
Love it.
They're cool, but
That's just about the hitting. Right?
It's just
Like,
about
the other
the
one's
hitting.
the strategy.
Yeah.
It's more of an
Yeah.
aggression thing. It's like a batting cage
yeah.
for golfers.
it really is.
9 holes is a really good idea. That's a nice
9
way
holes
to
great.
spend it after, like an
Mhm.
afternoon.
Doesn't take
whatever.
too long, but it's
Yeah,
a
a
nice
couple
and
hours
relaxing.
probably, right?
Yeah.
How you
Nice.
wish you had 9
Yes.
holes, see?
Oh,
About 1/3 of the way there, maybe.
Oh my goodness, mate.
Any other sports?
I think that's it. I think that's all the sports. That's all the questions.
So I've had a few bevies, kids.
No, you're right. You're
It's
all right.
alright, it's
No,
alright,
she's
it's
all
alright.
right.
See, I'd rather drink the beer than watch a cunt drink the beer. You know what I mean?
There
That's
you go.
like, that's a good one.
Well, I'd rather play video games. Well, actually, no, I'd rather watch someone play video games a lot of the time.
It's
than
not
play.
that, but I get it now. Like,
It's
I
amazing.
totally get it. It's not.
But
Yeah, I
that
said-
lawnmower thing,
Yeah.
that is so sick. That's amazing.
There was something I saw that they were premiering a lawnmower video game, and it was literally you're just on a lawnmower mowing the lawn. 'Cause were we talking
Why
about?
don't you just go and do
Yeah,
it
yeah.
to your own lawn, or maybe like go and knock on a neighbour's door and be like, "Hey, pay me to mow your lawn." Cunt. You can do it in real life, make some actual real money to do some real things.
It's different, right?
That's actually
It's different.
different.
It's different.
It's a very interesting world.
Honestly, when I'm going to show you this Euro truck game,
Digital lawns.
it's amazing.
Let me mow your
know
digital
you're a truck
lawn,
driver.
see?
Please do come
Can I,
along.
can I mow your digital lawn, bro?
Give me a
Just in
landing
case the
strip,
grass
mate.
gets a little long. Ooh. Just so I know where to go, eh?
Yep.
Oh,
Quite
okay.
Yeah,
courteous.
look, they
Oh
make it
my
to a little
goodness.
arrow at the bottom there.
You can make it, oh, cute little fluffy arrow. Oh, fucking.
Beautiful. Just in time for sun.
Nestle my.
Just on tap.
Just
Okay.
in time for sun.
All right. Anyway, and on that note, where can everyone find you online, Nosh?
Oh my goodness. If you would like to, you can jump on the
Like,
Instagram,
consent
the Twits,
is
and the
important.
Facebook, mate. Yeah, you always got to have consent, otherwise you can't put it in. At Notion Baby
Jesus Christ.
on everything, and then at Illnote Studios on everything else, and illnotestudios.com because I do lots of cool things. So have a look and give me a shout, and I'll make some good creative baby things. How about you, Dan?
I Dan Johnson on Instagram and Twitter, and catch me on Twitch. I stream a lot more nowadays, so usually it's Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, but sometimes I'm on randomly. HDFJXNING, Instagram, Twitch, hit me up. What about yourself? So,
Love it. You get me CWFOR, Instagram and Twitter. Just a reminder again, we won't be back for the next 2 weeks. We're taking just a couple weeks off. Stay tuned.
Couple sleep-ins.
Yeah, man. Just a little bit of a break to keep us fresh, right?
holiday.
Holiday, little thing, and then we'll be back after that. But yes, thank you everyone for watching and listening. If you enjoyed the episode, smash the thumbs up.
Hands.
Hit subscribe below. Hit the notification bell.
Ding, gun.
So you know when the new news drops. Follow us on social media at The Movement Fam. Like I said, we are normally back every 8:30 every Monday. We'll be back on, it'll be not the next one, probably the first or second Monday in July, some shit like that. Stay tuned to The Movement Fam Instagram. We always talk about it. Mate, you're all bloody, this is what I
You're
want to
all
say.
bloody legends, mate.
You know, this is what I want to say.
Love you, cunt.
You know?
Yeah.
And fucking, we'll catch you guys next week. I'm trying to look for it.
Be
Here we
safe.
go.
Wash your hands. Keep your cock in your pants.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Consent or you can't
What?
put it in.
Oh.
Put it in.
Consent or you can't put it in. Whoa. Get that consent or you can't
Put it in.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Get that consent or you can't
Put it in. Whoa. Put it in. Get consent before you put it in.
Consent. Drop it in the cunt. Oh. Hey. What?
Jesus.
I'm so
Cancelled.
sorry. Good night, everyone. Bye.
I pressed it and I now know.